I am announcing today my candidacy for the presidency of the United States. I run to seek new policies to close the gaps that now exist between black and white, between rich and poor, between young and old. I run for the presidency because I want the United States of America to stand for hope instead of despair. I have traveled and I have listened to the young people of our nation and felt their anger about the war that they are sent to fight and about the world that they are about to inherit.
Last week, he criticized the Vietnam policy. This week, he focused attention on the plight of the poor.
These are not ordinary times, and this is not an ordinary election. The fight is just beginning.
Campaign 68, the Indiana primary.
This primary would offer the first toe-to-toe meeting between Senators Kennedy and McCarthy.
This war that we have to accomplish, I think the deep divisions within our country are unacceptable. I think that we can heal them. I think that we can do better.
Senator Robert Kennedy has won the first primary test.
He apparently will have all 23 votes at the Democratic National Convention.
And I intend to go on trying to do that in the state of Nebraska, in the state of Oregon, and the state of California.
Well, it's a real horse race out in Oregon.
Senator Eugene McCarthy by a 6% victory margin over Senator Robert Kennedy.
Good luck to you.
Thank you very
Get it, Bob. Good luck to you.
Thank you. That war still goes on. Of all of the presidential candidates, I was the first one to speak out against the way the war was being conducted. I'm not going to be satisfied until that war is over and American soldiers are brought back in.
An hour and a half after the polls have closed in California, the biggest primary of them all, a slate of delegates pledged to Senator Eugene McCarthy. It's a very tight race now. McCarthy has 43%. That small gain, Kennedy is pulling ahead. The votes are all in now. Senator Robert Kennedy claiming victory in California. He's entering the ballroom and you can hear the cheers from the supporters.
My thanks to all of you, and now it's on to Chicago, and let's win there.
Robert, do you think there's a Kennedy curse?
I don't know if there's a curse or whether there might be a gene that disposes people in my family toward risk. In the summertime, during the Camelot years, I was raised on Cape Cod, and we lived almost communally in a compound where each family had a house that was next to each other. All the kids, there were 29 cousins, and we ate together every night, and we ate at a different house. And then all the kids played together during the day. We had a regimen. We had to take tennis lessons, sailing lessons, boxing lessons.
It's like summer camp.
Like summer camp. We played baseball every day. We played football every day. And we all did that together. So it was really like being raised in one really massive family.
Did your mother ever hug you? Or father ever hug you?
Oh, yeah.
There was affection.
Yeah, there was lots of affection in our family, lots of fights and lots of affection.
I want to ask you now about your father.
Attorney
General Robert Kennedy paints a grim picture of the rise of lawlessness under the Cosa Nostra, or Mafia. This he describes as the government of organized gambling, narcotics peddling, extortion, racketeering, and controlling of certain trade unions. He says the income runs into billions.
Bobby Kennedy, he was a born investigator. He was a fantastic investigator, Senate investigator.
What did you do then, Mr. Hoffa? Did you say, that SOB, I'll break his back? Who? You. Can't remember what you talked about? You can't remember whether he was in your room?
Wouldn't have been anything of any importance, Mr. Kennedy, and I can't recall it.
Tell me, does Bob ever strike you as a seemingly mild-mannered man for a rackets investigator?
Well, I'm awfully surprised most of the time when he really keeps his temper. When witnesses aren't telling the truth and being quite frank, or when they take the Fifth Amendment so often.
You knew this was going on for all this period of time, Mr. Hoffa. It's just beyond the powers of comprehension that you can't recall that.
Just a matter of great self-control, is that right?
I think so.
Robert Kennedy was definitely more conservative than his brother initially and saw the world in a little more black and white terms than JFK did. Bobby really didn't like politicians and didn't want to have anything to do with politics and was kind of dragged, kicking and screaming, into supporting his brother when he first ran for senator.
My brother Bobby, who managed the campaign, perhaps he could give us some idea more up to date of what the final figures were. I think that what we got up to about 20 minutes ago, you were winning by about 70,000.
Well, I'm just sure glad it's over, aren't you, Bobby?
I am, Jack.
Okay.
It was not his choice. Bobby had a nice job with the Department of Justice then, investigating communists and subversives, and he enjoyed that. He was good at that. He didn't want to get involved in politics.
I am today announcing my candidacy for the presidency of the United States.
But he really came to believe in his brother and his vision for the world and what a really good leader could do for the world.
Now, my wife and I prepare for a new administration and for a new baby.
In the appointments I have made, I have sought the most qualified men of ability and a desire to serve their country.
It is with great pleasure that I announce the appointment of Robert F. Kennedy as Attorney General.
In that building across the street there is the U.S. Department of Justice. You may be able to see lights burning in the 5th floor office of Attorney General Robert Kennedy. The late night work is a symbol of the vigor of the Kennedy administration.
Then Attorney General Kennedy declared his major mission: hunting organized crime.
Some of these big-time gangsters corrupt the very system under which we live, and something has to be done about it, and the only thing that's going to be done is by the American people and those charged with authority taking some major steps and doing them now.
The Attorney General Bobby is a very attractive human being, but his greatest weakness, the thing that I've worried about before he was appointed, is that when he's bent on what he thinks is the right course, he's rather ruthless in action.
Mr. Hoffa, Robert Kennedy called for a broader wiretap law.
I say that if he can push through a wiretap, though, he can have a greater police state than he's already has in this country.
I have a couple of words with you, sir.
An Attorney General like Bobby Kennedy, he has a personal desire to destroy those who may oppose him.
And it was true, he was a pretty ruthless guy. He was taking on mob figures.
Would you tell us if you have opposition from anybody that you dispose of them by having them stuffed in a trunk? Is that what you do, Mr. Gene Conner?
Decline to answer because I honestly believe my answer might tend to incriminate.
Can you tell us anything about any of your operations, or you just giggle every time I ask you a question? I thought only little girls giggled, Mr. Gene Conner.
He was a crusader that really didn't care who he stepped on.
As the Kennedy presidency went on, Bobby Kennedy had to take on more and more responsibilities. He was in charge of civil rights.
These students are going to attend the University of Alabama.